Magandang kamalayan sa inyong lahat. Nandito na naman tayo sa ating klase. Ito ay isang klase na ginaganap tuwing hapon, kadalasan sa Pilipinas. No? At I don't know kung anong oras sa inyong bansa, kung saan man kayo nandoon. Pero ito ay palagi kong ginagawa every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, I think. At the most, 3 times a week. At I hold classes here called Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System. It's a class, KLASS. At ito ay under ng ating eskwelahan na kung tawagin ay ang Online Kamalayan Lifelong Learning Center. Alright. Actually, university ito University. Why? Because actually, ang spelling ko ng university iba. Alam niyo yung spelling ng universe, no? Universe. U-N-I-V-E-R-S-E. Okay? Universe. Yung city, capital C, capital T. So, university. So, I call it university. Bakit ko tinatawag ng university? Dahil, sabi ko, eskwelahan ito. Pero, it's spelled differently. University, it's universe, and then yung city is consciousness transformation. It's a change in consciousness. At yan ang ating pakay dito sa ating mga ginagawang mga pag-conduct ng mga klase natin dito. Iba-ibang mga subjects natin. I have already started a lot of subjects that had been, I would say, maganda ang response, no, ng ating mga nagiging estudyante, no. And somehow ito na yung talatawag natin na very relevant sa mga nangyayari ngayon. Dahil ito na yung ating nakikitang pagbabago na kung saan ang daming nagkakaroon ng agam-agam, nagkakaroon ng mga takot. At hindi nila malaman kung anong gagawin. Ang dami nilang mga fears, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Our class is called Evolve to a Higher Consciousness. Mali pala ang aking subject ngayon. No? It's not Evolve to a Higher Consciousness, but basically it's supposed to be Universal Laws and Principles. I don't know kung ano ba tawag doon sa subject na yun. Anyway, I will just correct that later on. So, ito ngayon ang aking binibigyan ng pansin, no? Dahil ang dami-dami ngayon nag-realize o na-realize sila sabi nila na, wow, totoo nga pala, nagbago na nga at hindi namin iniisip na talagang magiging digital na ang mga bagay-bagay. So, maraming mga businesses na kung saan ay dating iniisip nila na hindi pa nila talaga thoroughly tinatanggap or ina-accept nga yung being digital in terms of how their businesses would run. So, hindi pa sila masyadong computerized, hindi pa sila masyadong into the internet. Ang nangyari, biglang nangyari itong COVID-19, which actually hastened that process of becoming or going to digital. This change into something na tinatawagan natin the digital age or the information age or yung tinatawag natin the computer age. Maraming ayaw pang tanggapin yun. Akala nila medyo tatagal pa ng mga 5 years o 10 years pa yan. Biglang ito na. So, wala na silang magawa ngayon. Okay. So, ang tanong dyan is, anong gagawin natin? So, now, they are catching up. And then, sabi nga nila, sayang sana nalaman namin talaga noon pa na ganito lang ang mangyayari. We could have prepared for it. Yeah, matagal na sinasabi na this is going to be the transformation that's going to happen. The digital age is coming. Tapos ng industrial age. So, yan yung talagang binibigyan na natin ng pangunawa ngayon. How to work within that kind of a setup. Kasi wala na yung dating ginagawa natin. So it's everything, using the internet. And somehow, ang talagang ay ito na ang naging kung saan ay nakikita na natin, even the schools are now going online. So everybody is going online. Lahat, karamihan ng mga businesses ngayon, iniisip nila how can they profit or make money out of this online business. So, ang daming nagkakaroon na lang ganyang klaseng movement, no? Pero there's another thing that had changed also. Sabi nga natin, from industrial age to the information age. Pero meron pa isang change na kung saan ay ito ang talagang aking pakay. Dahil ito, matagal ko nang pinopromote, kaso ang dami pa rin ayaw maniwala na ito na yung kailangan nilang pag-aralan o maisip o kailangan matutunan. Ano ito? Yung kamalayan. Because the consciousness has also changed. There was a shift in consciousness in terms of the earth at this point in time. From 3-dimension or the third dimension or 3D to the 4D consciousness. So ano ito? Ano inuman to? Kasi in digital age, iba yun. I mean, yan yung nakikita na nga natin. Pero ano yung sasabi mong consciousness na from 3D to 4D? Ito na nga yun . Actually, what caused everything, that stopped practically everything was the shift in consciousness of the earth. Actually, akala lang natin COVID itong nagpa-stop nito . But long ago, I had already been telling people, 20 years ago, I was telling people, everything will stop. Everything will end or collapse. Businesses will totally collapse. And somehow, people didn't believe me. Akala nila I was just being a prophet of doom. I was not actually trying to make people feel negative about it. But then, I was trying to prepare everyone. That's why, ito nga, gusto ko turuan kayo as to what it is consciousness. What is consciousness all about? Consciousness is the one that is creating our reality, our consciousness. So, pag hindi pa ninyo talaga matanggap yan, sorry na lang, kahit mag-digital age na kayo, sasabihin yung, sige, we can start from scratch again, yung mga big businesses again, no? Sabi nga nila, well, of course, this is a time for resetting or rebooting. But, ang iniisip lang nila is where they left off in business nila. Pero ang talaga rebooting or yung pagbabago is in the mindset or the rebooting of our consciousness. Kasi ang consciousness natin, 3D nga tayo. So 3D is, ano ba yung 3D consciousness? Nandyan yung separation, yung duality. Nandyan yung palagi nating iniisip na ang hirap ng buhay. Ang dami kong kaaway, ang dami kong kagalit. Ako ay isang biktima ng mga pangyayari. Yan ang 3D consciousness na parang wala kang magawa. Na everything happened to you. Malas, nasabi mo minamalas ka. When in fact, hindi. Kasi we have all the power to really control or to manifest the kind of life we want. Ang problema is, hindi natin alam na yung kamalayan pala natin ang paraan. So, ito ngayon ang nagiging tanong ng karamihan. Anong gagawin namin? Anong umpisahan namin gawin para kuan? Sabi ko nga, eto, for the past how many days now? More than 60 days or 70 days na. Almost more than 3 months or 30, 60. Almost 3 months na tayo. Dapat dyan na tayo nag-isip talaga na pagbabago o paano natin babaguhin ang ating kamalayan. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, eto na yung time wala kang ginagawa. So, this is the best time now to start assessing as to what is going on with your life. Kaya nga, yung pinopromote ko kanina sa Facebook. Go beyond fear by knowing oneself. That is the only way. You have to know who you are. Up to now, ang dami sa atin hindi kilala kung sino tayo, kung ano tayo. Hi, Judeline Garcera Homok, kamusta na? Itong bakagandang binibini na kaibigan ni Marco Sison. Alright, so si Judeline ay palaging ating nagiging estudyante ngayon dito sa ating mga class o sa Kamalayan classes. Alright, so, si Bonjing Nicolas also is watching. Alright. Ikaw ba, Bonjing, nasa Amerika? Okay. Anyway, so, as I've said, eto na yung talagang dapat natin binibigyan ng pansin ang ating Kamalayan. Dalawa yan. The digital age is here, and the shift in consciousness already has happened as well. So, dalawang dapat binibigyan natin ng pansin yan. Kasi, ano ba ang consciousness natin? Ano yung kamalayan? Ito yung kamalayan na talagang sasabi kong importanteng kailangan maintindihan ng lahat. Huwag ka na nga pumasok sa eskwelahan, pag-aralan mo ng kamalayan, you will be successful in life. How do I know na bakit ko sinasabi yan? Kasi ganyan ang nangyari sa akin . As I've always been telling people nga na I never really made good in school. I never really wanted to study. So talagang I just went through the process. And practically, when I realized that I was overstaying in school already, wala naman ako natututunan, ang ginawa ko, I quit school. Eto ngayon, ang realization ko. Nung umalis ako sa eskwelahan, nag-apply ako sa mga trabaho, doon ko na-realize wala pala akong alam. Alright, wala akong natutunan, wala akong kakayahan na makasabay sa mga kaklase ko na nagtatrabaho na. Ako, bagsak ako sa mga entrance exam ng mga kumpanya. So talagang walang wala. Hi, Mines, Los Angeles. Si Mines, kamusta ka na? Alright. So walang wala talaga ang nangyari sa akin. So doon ko na-realize, zero knowledge ako. And so sabi ko, kailangan may gagawin ako na para makasabay na sa mga aking mga kaklase. Alright. So, present si Los Angeles, si Mines, and Veronica Garcia. Alright. Our lecturer today. Okay. So, nung na-realize ko na wala akong alam, anong pinag-aralan ko? Practically, I went to the bookstores. I searched for the books that would interest me. And I got interested in studying a lot about consciousness. Self-help books on consciousness. So, doon ko nakita, may kinalaman pala sa buhay natin ang kamalayan. So, nung napag-aralan ko yan, totally, in a span of just a few weeks, nagbago ang buhay ko. I did not apply anymore for jobs. I attracted it, or I manifested it. They were offering me jobs. They were pirating me later on. And I was having the grandest time of my life. And sabi ko, wala akong pinag-aralan na iba except consciousness, kamalayan. Doon ko nakita na kapag naayos mo yung kamalayan mo, everything else will follow. Kaya ito, tinuturo ko ngayon ito as a class para lang magkaroon tayo ng semblance na regularity na kung saan ay yung mga interesado mag-aral na hindi naman interesado magbasa, makinig na lang kayo sa akin. Kasi alam ko naman problema nyo . Karamihan sa inyo walang time magbasa o talagang walang hilig magbasa. At hindi alam ko anong babasahin. Kaya ako, sinishare ko dito yung mga natutunan ko. Wala akong sinishare dito na hindi ko nagagamit sa naging buhay ko. As I've said, I was able to live a life that I really did not dream of. Na akala ko wala na, hindi ko makukuha o hindi ko makakamit. But eventually, it all happened. And all because of consciousness change. Kamalayan. Pagbabago ng kamalayan. Kaya, humanda kayo. Pag nagbago ang kamalayan nyo, talaga makikita nyo ang mangyayari sa buhay nyo. Maganda. Ito nga lang nangyayari ngayon sa Amerika. Nagkakagulo sila. Yung mga pulis, ito nyo yung pulis, our policemen are supposed to protect us. Di ba? Yun ang trabaho nila, to protect us. Pero ang nangyayari, sila yung nagiging aggressor. Sila, imbis na makatulong sa atin, o promotekta sa atin, sila yung kumikitil ng buhay natin, o pumapatay ng mga innocent people. Alright. Paano nangyari yon? Samantalang they're supposed to be the protectors. Okay. One time, share ko sa inyo. One time in Baguio, nakatira ako sa Baguio pa noon, there was someone who invited me to talk. Sabi, can you give a talk, a Kamalayan talk, to the National Police, or the local police department rather, in Baguio City. Sabi ko, alam mo, pag nagbigay ako ng talk sa police, baka magbago ang takbo ng buhay nila. Karamihan dyan, baka umalis na sa pagka-pulis. Dahil pag na-realize sila kung gaano pala ka-dangerous ang maging pulis, maapektuhan. So baka, imbis na makatulong ako, baka makasama. Pero kailangan talaga ng mga pulis, pati military, for that matter, yung mga humahawak ng baril, yan. Lalo na. Yan yung kailangan makarinig ng aking mga talks about kamalayan. Okay, una-una, sige, ganito yan Ano ba ang mindset ng isang pulis o isang military? Ano ang training nila? Ang training nila, of course, ang overall picture na gusto nila mangyari is magkaroon ng kapayapaan. Pero dun sa manggugulo, ang training nila is to arrest and to what? Well, lalo na sa military, ang training nila is pumatay. Dahil sa gera, pag pinadala ka na sa ibang lugar na kung saan may kalabang ka, papatayin mo yung kalaban mo. Ganon din sa kapulisan. May dala-dala mga baril yan, at pag nalalagay sila sa alanganin, ay kailangan nilang gamitin yung baril for protection or for whatever. Pero bakit imbis na for protection, ang nangyayari is, yun nga, sila ngayon ang nagiging parang kriminal. Actually, walang pinagkaiba yung mindset ng kriminal at saka yung mindset ng pulis. Pareho yan. At the start of the day, hindi ko kasi ganito ang mindset ng mga taong yan Alright, may baril yan. At ang iniisip niyan, pag may nanggulo, ang trabaho nila is to arrest and basta whatever way they can appease that particular person na huhulihin nila, kailangan nilang gawin. Whether kailangan nilang basaktan muna or bago nila mahuli. No? Pero they're trained for that. So, ganyan ang kamalayan nila. They are looking for violence in terms of their thoughts. And so, alam nyo, sa kamalayan, kung ano yung nasa kamalayan mo, ano yung nasa sa isipan mo, yun ang ma-attract mo. Yun yung magmamanifest sa buhay mo. Kaya nga, kunyari, ang pulis, lalabas at sasabihin nila, sige, ronda tayo, hanap tayo ng mga nanggugulo dyan. Most of the time, they will be able to find people who actually are going to create trouble. Why? Dahil in their consciousness, iniisip nila yan Naghahanap na sila Kumbaga, kung ano yung nasa laman ng kamalayan mo, o yung pag-iisip mo, yun yung makikita mo. Yun yung mangyayari sa buhay mo. And so, what happens here is, basically, you are going to be able to attract it. So, nangyayari talaga yan. So, yan ang hindi alam ng mga kapulisan at saka ng military. Na kung saan, dahil nga yung mindset nila is prepared for that, is actually programmed for that, they attract the very thing that they're not supposed to do. Na sila yung nagiging kriminal o sila yung nagkakaroon ng violation of what they're supposed to be doing na to protect whatever is there to protect. So, yun yung hindi naintindihan na karamihan. That's why I'd like to say hi first to some people here. I'd like to say hi to Chari Flores, right? Yeah, that's your last name. Your former student, Chari Denise. My former student in Assumption College. Oy, Manny Luzon is watching. Manny, kamusta ka na? Itong idol ko, station manager. Lahat ng mga stasyon niya, nag-number 1. Mga music stations. Dati una yan sa MB. Nag-number 1 ang MB. Kinuha siya ng basta may isang station ng Energy. Yan. Siya sa kanya yung stasyon na kailangan pa ba i-memorize yan? Yan. Si Manny Luzon yun. Alright. Si Rem Tanawan is watching. Veronica Garcia. Okay. Mines. Kamusta na? Ulit. Alright. So, to continue. Ito na yung mindset talaga ng kapulisan. So, what do we expect from them? Well, I understand what they're going through. And if ever those things happen, I know. I expect it to happen because alam ko yung laman ng kamalayan nila. O kaisipan nila. And so, yun na nga. Talagang, ganyan ang buhay nila. Mangyayari dyan. Mahirap. Kasi nga, they're tasked to do something. Pero, so, and many of them are not really prepared in terms of the way their attitude actually would be apt or be exacting for that particular kind of a job. Kaya nga, sabi ko nga, ang ibigay dapat na test sa mga gusto magpulis, yung mga bata pa ngayon na mag-enter ng kapulisan, ang pinaka-test dyan, kung ako yung masusunod, lasingin mo. Mag-inuman, punta tayo sa isang bar. Well, ngayon, hindi na pwede yan. Hindi pa pwede, pero later on, kung pwede na. Punta tayo sa isang bar. As in, happy-happy lang. Inuman. Bigyan mo ng barel. Bigyan mo ng barel. Ay, Carmen Vidal, good. Ay, thank you. Bigyan mo ng barel na blanco ang bala, pero hindi niya alam. Basta bigyan mo lang siya ng barel. Kaya, pare, gamitin mo ito. Lagay mo dyan sa bulsa mo o sa holcon mo. Barel, ayan. Alright. Okay. Ano ang mangyayari dyan? Pag nalasing na ang isang tao at may baril, ano ang feeling ng taong yan? Di ba? Powerful. Ako ang may hawak ng mundo. Ako ang hari dito. Ako ang matakot kayo sa akin. Ganun ang yan. At pag nagpaputok ng bala, pag nagpaputok ng baril, bagsak na. Ibig sabihin, kasi nga, nag-happy-happy lang kayo Bigyan, just to prove na mayabang siya or yun nga, yung may power siya at nagpuputok siya, yun, test na yun. Bagsak agad yun. Or nanutok, tinutukan yung katabing table, oy, kayo dyan, tumahimik kayo, ang ingay-ingay nyo. Pag nagganon, pag nalasing na, may makikita nyo Pag nalasing na isang tao, nagbabago ang pagkatao niyan. Pero yun na nga, pahawakan mo palalo ng baril. At talagang grabe. Ayan ang sinasabi ko na pag hindi ayos ang kamalayan, talagang papalpak. So, importante talaga maintindihan nila itong ginagawa nating pagtuturo on kamalayan. Alright. So, we'll start again our universal laws and principles. Actually, I started this the other night, or 2 nights ago, and I talked about universal principle number 1. You are what you believe yourself to be. Yun yung principle number 1. I will not discuss that anymore. You can go back to my previous video and nakikita nyo yan dyan. So, nandyan lang yan. So, you can review that. Now, universal principle 2, napahapyawan natin to last time. Ang principle 2 is you predict your own future by what you think, feel, imagine, say, and do. You will predict your own future by what you feel, say, imagine, say. What you think, feel, imagine, say, and do. So, katulad nung sinasabi ko kanina, mapipredict ko na yung future nung police na yon o yung nag-a-apply ng maging police siya. Kung, yun nga, bigyan mo ng baril, alam ko na ang mangyayari dyan. Magkakaroon siya empowerment. I mean, wow, grabe bida, ano talaga na ako. I mean, may power na ako to really be in control of everyone. So, ayan. Tapos, lasing pa. Ay, talagang, ano na yan. All hell cut loose. Alright. So, universal principle number 2 is you predict your own future by what you feel, say, imagine, and do. Mangyayari. Alam mo na mangyayari ito sa mga base yan sa mga iniisip mo ngayon. Kaya nga, hindi mo pwede sabihin na bakit nangyari itong grabing aksidente ito? Ano ba? Malas ko naman. Oops. Ang tanong dyan is, ano ang iniisip mo? Kadalasan, ito nga when we pray, ito yun when we pray, di ba, kadalasan sasabihin, yun nga, sabi nga, bakit yun, aksidente ako, nagdasal naman ako na huwag ako ma-aksidente. Yun na nga, sabi mo nga, nagdasal ka na huwag ka ma-aksidente. Ano yung sinabi mo? Huwag ma-aksidente. Lord, sana huwag ako ma-aksidente. Alright. That's an acceptable prayer yan. Sa lumang panahon. Pero kung ikaw ay mayroon ka ng kamalayan, hindi pwede yan. Bakit? Kasi, yung word na aksidente, ginamit mo. The universe doesn't know exactly whether it is positive or negative. Basta binanggit mo yan, yung aksidente, aksidente ang ma-attract mo. Sinabi mo kasi, sana wag ako ma-aksidente. Sa universe, wala yung wag. Ito, yung universal principle na pinag-uusapan na, wala yung wag. Ang importanteng word na magmamanifest is yung aksidente. So, paano natin babaguhin? Imbis na sasabihin mong, Lord, sana wag ako ma-aksidente. Kasi, kadalasan ganun lang prayers natin Pero sa kamalayan, kinokorek namin yan. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Kasi nga, you will attract the accident itself. So, yun yung talagang magkakaroon ng kumbaga parang nasabihin nila na ang malas ko naman. Well, di ka malas. Pinredict mo yan So talagang ginawa mo yan. Alright. Ano ngayon ang paraan para mabago yan? Saying the same thing na huwag ka ma-aksidente. Ako, when I pray, for example, if I go out, before I get into my car, I say, Lord, thank you for this safe trip. All right. Thank you for this safe driving or safe trip. Wala ang word na aksidente. Safe. Dagdagan mo pa. Thank you for this enjoyable, safe trip. Enjoy ka pa kahit na traffic, enjoy ka lang. Kasi yun yung pinray mo. Ito alam, ang prayer ng kadalasan natin, Lord, sana walang traffic. Sana mabawasan yung traffic. Oops. You used again the word traffic. Traffic basically is neutral. There is heavy traffic and light traffic. But then again, sa atin kasi, when we say traffic, heavy ang ano natin. Doon natin na-associate ang traffic. So, we have to be clear with that. So, again, universal principle, you predict your own future by what you think, feel, say, imagine, and do. Kaya nga, be careful with what you say. Be careful with your words. The words that we use are really powerful. That we can really create it in our life. So, what are the words that you normally use? Kadalasan, pag sinabi mong, wala akong pera. Ay, naku, ito na naman ako, wala na naman pera. Ay, congratulations. Wala ka talagang pera. Walang darating na pera sa'yo. Why? Because sinabi mo wala kang pera. Hi, Odette. Si Odette Erfe is watching from Iloilo. Ito yung kasama namin sa Assumption dati. Kumusta na, Odette? And Cucu Lopez. Si Cucu is watching as well. And si Chris Ligo is watching. Alright. So, ang dami natin mga estudyante ngayon. Si Cucu used to be my boss, my co-teacher in Assumption College, and the wife of si Mayo Lopez. All right. So, as I've said, eto ngayon, you have to be very, very careful with the words that we choose to think about, what we say, how we say our prayers as well, how we actually declare the day that we want to have. Hindi mo pwede sabihin na, Lord, sana walang mga mayayabang na mga drivers dyan sa labas na makakasagupa ako. Ay, in-specify mo pa. Hindi mamaya, andyan lahat yan. Lahat yan anuhan ka. Yung overtaken ka, makikipagkarera sa'yo. Sabi mo, mayayabang na drivers. O yung mga nakakainis na driver. Lahat ng mga driver na makakasagupa mo, yung mga magbibigay ng hindi ka nais-nais na pakiramdam sa'yo. That's how we really look at these things in Kamalayan. That's why kami, we know, we can predict our day. Itong COVID thing, we're not afraid. Yeah, it's there. We don't deny it. But we don't fear it. Kasi pag nag-fear ka, ayan na. Marami ngayon. Maraming takot ngayon. Kaya nga ito ngayon ang aking subject nga. Go beyond fear. And know yourself. And learn about these universal laws and principles. Dito mo talaga kailangan makilala na unang-una sarili mo. Ano ba yung mga takot mo? Normally, there are 6 kinds of fears that we normally talk about in Kamalayan. Pero mas marami yan. Pero yung basic fears are fear of poverty, loss of love, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of death. No? Yun yung mga fears na kinakatakutan natin. Pero ito ngayon sa mga nangyayari sa buhay natin ngayon, nandito yung mga tinasabi nga nating mga fear of change. Dahil sa mga nangyayaring pagbabago, ito ang palaging sinasabi nga natin na ayaw natin magbago. Gusto natin yung old normal. ayaw natin ng anything that is new normal or whatever. Gusto natin balikan yung nakaraan. Wala na yun, tapos na yun . Anong babalikan mo pa? So, I'd like to say hi first to Jorel Balanlay. Hi, magandang hapon din. Alright, so, ito nga. bakit tayo takot sa pagbabago? Kasi nga, well, namumove out tayo from kasi yun nga, may comfort zone tayo na kung saan ay doon natin gustong maging kung tayo palagi naka sandal, no, sa comfort zone natin para lang relax lang tayo. Wala nang ganyan noon pa naman hindi na uso yung comfort zone na yan comfort room, yun. Gusto mo ngang makaroon ng comfort, pumunta ka sa comfort room. Pero yung comfort zone, wala na yun. Kasi nga talagang mabaguhin ang buhay mo palagi. So this change is always going to be present in us. Yun na nga dapat natin tawagin siguro imbis na new normal, new change. Because forever changing ang mangyayari sa atin. This is one thing that we really have to accept. Many people still cannot accept that everything is now changing. Everything has to change. Our mindset has to change. Everything that had been in the past has to now be disregarded because there is a new thing now that we are now going to look forward to. Wala na yung nakaraan, tapos na yun. And there is now this present. Wala pa yung future, but this present moment. Huwag kang matakot, sabi nga kailangan harapin mo ang mga nangyayari ngayon. So how do we now avoid or erase this fear of change? Well, by knowing that change is going to be part of our life and it is not supposed to be feared, that we are now supposed to be, I would say, not exactly just be challenged, but be brave or courageous enough to face all this. Kasi it makes us stronger, all these changes that are happening to us. If it doesn't kill us, it makes us strong or stronger. So, ano pa, katatakot mo? Just accept it. Ang mga taong laging sanay sa pagbabago, ito ang uunlad sa mga panahon ngayon. This is something that we are now telling young people, especially the new graduates, na kung saan graduate ako pero parang wala akong kinabukasan dahil parang walang pupuntahan. Sarado lahat. Walang kumpanyang bukas, walang mga applyan. Alright. So, ang tanong dyan is, ano ba ang kailangan mong gawin ngayon? Don't depend on outside. Wala sa labas lahat ito nangyayari ngayon. Sa kamalayan, everything outside is just our creation. So, we have to change our mindset on what is going on and create what we want to see in our world. Katulad kami sa kamalayan, we know these things are all going on in terms of all this pandemic, this violence, pero kami, nag-enjoy kami. What I mean by enjoy is hindi kami naapektuhan. Yes, we are aware and we are concerned, but we are not, I would say, affected in terms of yung being afraid. We cannot be moved to fear anything. Why? Because we know who we are. Kabisado namin ang sarili namin at alam namin kaya namin to. And we know we are more than just being human beings. We know we are more than just being a person. We are actually spiritual beings having a human experience. Mas doon kami naka-position, being spiritual beings. So what is the difference between a human being and a spiritual being? Of course, we're one in the same thing because we are actually spiritual beings in a human existence in terms of a body. Pero, ang importante dito is, it is not our body or physical thing that is controlling us, but our spirituality. And since we are spiritual beings, we are aware that we are actually one with the source, one with God. Yan ang aming paniniwala, pinanghahawakan. That's why wala kaming takot. Kaya namin kahit na anong dumating sa buhay namin. Because if God is with you, who can be afraid of anything? Hindi ba? God is all-powerful. That's why, nga dito, I teach how to use that God power within. Kasi ang God sa karamihan ng ibang tao, malayo. Nasa langit. Basta wala sa Kanya. Hindi ba tinuro na nga ni Jesus, God is at hand. The kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom of God is within. So, bakit ka pa magdududa? Hindi mo matanggap. Dahil sasabihin mo, sino ba ako? Tao lang ako. Tapos sasabihin mo, ang Diyos na sa aking kalooban. O bakit hindi mo matanggap? Diyan nagkakaproblema ang karamihan sa atin. If you cannot accept that, that is really a problem. Because you cannot go against all these things that are happening now if you are not aware of the fact that God is with you. Yun naman yun. Whatever religion you believe in, that's the bottom line. God is with us. Ito nga pagbabago ngayon. Lahat nagbago na. We cannot anymore see the kind of, I would say, the life that we used to have in terms of our, ano ba ito? Yan. Kita niyo yung aking kalat dun sa kabila. Kasi minumove out ko lahat ito. I'm working on a dining room table. So, ang sasabi ko dito, itong kalat tuloy. Itong nangyayaring buhay natin ay talagang hindi pwedeng maging talaga matatakot ka, no? So, kailangan ay makita mo talaga na ang Diyos ay nasa sayo. At pag nandyan ang power mo, you can do anything. You can just, manifest the kind of life that you want. Ay, Jesse Philip Amparo, kamusta ka na? Si Bishop. Ito ang mga ako namin tawagan namin mga Bishop. Anyway, Joric, Templo Nuevo. Basta na. Alright. Again, going back to the principle number 2, you predict your own future by what you think, feel, say, imagine, and do. Ano yung mga ini-imagine mo ngayon, yan ang mangyayari sa buhay mo. Kung ano yung nararamdaman mo ngayon, kung puro takot yan, ngayon, takot ka, palagi na lang takot ka. Yan ang palagi mong feeling. Dahil uncertain, these are uncertain times, yes. But if you always have that fear, because of that uncertainty, definitely, you will attract more fears. You will attract things that will make you more fearful. Kaya kailangan tanggalin mo yung fear. You really have to change all these kinds of thoughts, no, that would create that kind of a feeling. Baguhin mo yung nararamdaman mo. And, yun na nga actually, mas lamang nga, mas powerful ang feeling kaysa sa words. You can say a lot of things, no? You can speak a lot of words, but they don't have any meaning unless you feel them. Katulad ng mga gusto niyo yumaman, sabi nila, gusto kong magkaroon ng maraming pera. Gusto kong magkaroon ng 50 million pesos. Daming pera. Gusto kong magkaroon ng 100 million pesos. Okay. Feel mo ba? Feel ko. Yabang feel. How do you feel it? If that money comes to you now, do you know what you would do with that money? Ibig sabihin, ano ang magiging takbo ng utak mo pag nandyan na yung pera mo? Kunyari, biglang dumating sa'yo, nanalo ka sa loto, o pinamanahan ka, ganun kalaki, at wala kang plano, or, hindi, siguro gusto mo nga, pero feel mo, sabi mo nga, feel mo ba yung ganung klase halaga? Baka naman, oo, feel mo lang gumastos. Sige, gastos dito, gastos doon. Tapos doon, ang tanong, anong nangyari? After some time, hindi mo pala gusto yung mga binili mo. Karamihan sa mga binili mo, sawa ka na. Ang tanong, masaya ka ba? Hindi. So, anong nangyari? Inubos mo lang yung pera mo. Sayang. Kaya nga, ang importante dito is, if you want money, a lot of money, ang tanong dyan is, first of all, do you know what you will do with it? Why would you ask for a lot of money? Ang maraming mayayaman, hindi nila alam kung anong gagawin sa pera nila. And many of them are not happy. Because they know that money will not make them happy. Of course, money will make their lives comfortable. But definitely, it is not an assurance that you will become happy. Maraming taong walang pera pero masaya. Hindi ko naman sinasabing mas mabuti maging mahirap. As a matter of fact, mas mabuti pa maraming pera. Instead, si Nick Satur is watching. Si aking idol, na na-meet sa Baguio noon, si Professor Nick and Oscar Robes. Si Oscar Robes, kaklase ko to sa FU dati. And Ramil Vela, hello. Okay. Inom muna ako. And nakikita niyo yan? Ayan. I will not talk about that now. Pero later on, that is something that is important for you to know what that is. Ayan. Anyway, anong tawag dito? Again, what will you do with that money? It's okay to dream for a lot of money. Kaya na nga, kuminsan, the money becomes a hindrance to our dreams. Katulad ko, mas madali kong makuha yung equivalent kaysa dun sa pera. Kasi yung pera, kumbaga parang, okay, like for example, okay, I want a car. And I want a car that costs something like 1 million. Brand new, 1 or 2 million, let's say, 2 million pesos worth of a car. Many times, I would want, ang karamihan sa tinuro sa atin is, sige, mag-create ka, mag-affirm ka magkaroon ka ng maraming pera, o magkaroon ka ng 2 million para makabili ka ng kotse. Alright, between 2 million and the brand new car, mas nakukuha ko kaagad yung gusto ko if I think about the car. And the car actually manifests right away for me instead of the money. Mas subok ko yun. Kesa yung, sasabihin ko yung money. Kasi parang vague yung money. Napaka, I would say, vague. No? Yung hindi siya definite. Hindi siya specific. Kasi, makakalito pa yan Kung bigla ka, kunyari, nagkaroon ng 2 million, nandun na sa iyo yung pera. Ang tanong is, anong gagawin mo kaagad? Baka hindi mo pabilhin yung kotse gusto mo. Nagamitin mo yung pera niya sa ibang bagay. Which is, yun na nga, na-dilute yung gusto mong magkaroon ka ng 2 million. Pinapangarap mo magkaroon. Kasi nga, hindi ka pala sigurado sa gusto mo. Pero kung gusto mo talaga yung isang bagay, mas dumiretso ka lang sa bagay na gusto mo. And that's what happened to me. That's why when I talk about travels, I don't think of the money. I think of the places I want to go to. And true enough, what happens is I get tickets given to me by friends, free. Ano ba naman masama doon? Tuturuan ko kayo. Ganun lang yun. So, be careful with what you think, feel, say, imagine, and do. Kasi nga, kung ang ini-imagine nyo ay puro kabrisitan, puro kamalasan, puro sakit. Lalo na yung COVID. Ang daming takot na takot sa COVID. So, ang laman ng utak nila, the virus, the pandemic. pag ganun palagi ang takbo ng utak mo, which is basically what the media had conditioned us to think about. Kasi nga palagi yun na pinag-uusapan nila sa media. Well, you're a candidate for COVID. Kaya kami, we don't entertain that. We know it exists. We don't deny it, but we don't dwell on it. Pag nalaman na namin, okay, we take the safety measures, pero we don't dwell on it. Wala kang takot, wala kang basta hindi namin binibigyan ng importansya sa buhay namin, sa oras, sa lahat ng oras. Of course, we know it's there. We acknowledge it. We are aware. It's a very, I would say, deadly virus, but wala ka lang magagawa eh. Anong gagawin mo? Tatakutin mo lang sarili mo the whole time. Alright, so the law of magnetism, there's a law here correlated to that universal principle that I just discussed. The law of magnetism states that the universe returns the same kind of energy that you put out about yourself. So yan yung nangyayari sa'yo. So the law of magnetism puts out or sends back to you what you put out about yourself. What do you put out about yourself? Yung balot, yung nadidinig nyo. Itong oras na ito, ganitong oras sila nagbebenta. What do you mean? What I'm trying to say here is, what are you saying now? What are you feeling? What are you imagining? Whatever is in your thoughts, whether positive or negative, in the law of magnetism, it states that what you have there in your thoughts, or what you send out, the kind of energy that you send out. Remember, these are all energy. Na-energize yan. So if you give that kind of a thought, that kind of importance, na-energize yan. So the law of magnetism would actually just do its duty. It's a law. Ito yung problema sa atin eh. We actually did not pay much attention to universal laws. We paid too much attention to the Ten Commandments. But the universal laws that are in place, that like the law of gravity, on Earth there is this law of gravity. Sa ibang planets, hindi natin alam. Pero dito, we have that law of gravity. So we have to be able to be aware of it. Otherwise, we can get into trouble. Likewise, itong law of magnetism, if you don't understand this law, if you don't know that there is such a law, hindi mo alam na may balik pala. Akala mo karma eh. Actually, hindi karma yun. It is an effect. Kasi there's a cause. Remember, it's always a cause and an effect. So, kung ano yung cause, your thoughts, what you're thinking of, in-energize mo. So, the law of magnetism states that it returns the same kind of energy that you put out about yourself. So, babalik sa'yo. So, yun ang tanong. Ano ang gusto nyo bumalik sa inyo? Maganda? Masaya? Abundant? Healthy? Or negative? Unhappiness? Sadness? Sickness? Depende sa iniisip nyo. Kasi nga, akala natin walang kinalaman yung pag-iisip natin sa buhay na nangyayari sa atin sa araw-araw. When in fact, it's a universal principle and it's a universal law. That whatever you're thinking of, well, the law is just going to give it back to you. Kaya nga yung mga pulis, ang iniisip nila, humanda sila. Kung sino man ang mga gugulo dyan, sigurado kong huhulihin. Manggugulo, yun yung nasa nila, nasa mindset nila, sa utak nila, sa kamalayan nila. So, what happens? When they go out, definitely, there will be manggugulo. Trouble. Because, nasa nila, kamalayan nila. Well, ganun lang buhay. Pag hindi mo naintindihan yan, yun na nga, paikot-ikot lang ang takbo ng buhay mo na sasabihin mo, bakit ganito lang nangyayari sa akin? Palagi na lang ako minamalas, palagi na lang ako walang pera, palagi na lang ako naapi, palagi na lang. Kaya nga pati yung mga OFW nga na nag-abroad, sila eh. I mean, I really would want to reach out to them because basically, they go there with a lot of fears. Ang dami nilang takot, ang dami nilang mga iniisip na hindi maganda na mangyayari sa kanila. And true enough, they attract it, they manifest it. Ito kasi, hindi alam ng mga nasa gobyerno itong pinag-uusapan natin. Hindi alam ng mga taga-media itong pinag-uusapan namin. Kaya hindi na ituturo, lalo na sa eskwelahan, hindi na ituro ito. So, yan ang aking pakay dito. That's why I put up this Kamalayan Lifelong Learning Center here for people to be able to learn about consciousness. That it is really a very important thing that we have to learn. That it is really a part of our life. Eto nga, sabi nga natin, nagbago na ang age from industrial age to digital age or information age or computer age. And another age that has to do with spirituality in terms of consciousness. Nagbago na tayo in terms of from the third dimensional age or 3D consciousness to the 4D consciousness. Ano ba dapat ang 4D consciousness? Kasi kung ang 3D, andyan yung separation, andyan yung duality, andyan polarity, andyan yung struggle, andyan yung victimhood. Sa 4D consciousness, andyan na yung somehow parang nagtatanong ka na, bakit ganito yan? Hindi mo yun dapat tinatanggap eh. That's what would actually now put you on another level when you start questioning about life, about what you learned in school, what you learned in your religion. Yung mga bagay-bagay na sasabihin mo, imbis na makabuti sa akin to, imbis na makatulong, parang napasama pa ako. Well, let's put it this way. Simple lang ang tanong ko. Everything from our religion, our schools, government, other institutions, everything for the past 100 years or 50 years na natutunan natin, nakaginas na natin, ito yung isinasa buhay natin, brought us to this point of no return in terms of ito nga, pandemic, itong tinalalagyan natin ngayon. Ang tanong, bakit tayo napunta rito? Hindi mo pwede sabihin na pinaparusahan tayo ng Diyos. That is out of the question because God is so good. God definitely doesn't punish us in terms of globally. It was our collective consciousness, again the word Kamalayan, consciousness, that created this pandemic. We knew for a fact 20 years ago or even longer than that this is going to happen because there are cycles. Yun na nga yung age, the Aquarian. Meron pa isang age from 3D consciousness to 4D consciousness. Meron pa isang age na eto pa, katatapos lang or patapos pa lang. That's why ito na yung pagbabago. Sabay-sabay ka lahat ng pagbabago na ito eh. Ano ito? We are actually coming from the Piscean age. The 2,000 year Piscean age will end on 2030, which is the start of the Aquarian age. Diba the age of Aquarius? This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Ang dawning, basically tayo ngayon, dito, nagdo-dawn pa lang. Kasi 2030 pa talaga yung actual age of Aquarius, 2031 or 32. Sana magkita-kita pa tayo dyan. I want to see that dawning of that age, that particular age. But ito pa lang napaaga nga Mukhang ito na yung age of Aquarius is already starting. Natapos yung Piscean age. Ano ba yung Piscean age? Well, another lecture yan. Pero, pahapyaw. Ito yung time nila Jesus. Ito yung time nung Juan. Ito yung, kita nyo yung sign ng Pisces. Kaya nga si Jesus, di ba, may sign yung dalawang isda na nagsasalubong. Yan yung Piscean age the fishes. Napatapos na. And there is this new age now that is happening, and it's called the Aquarian age, where there is so much love, peace, harmony, peace, and love abounding. Kita niyo yung lyrics ng kanta, yun It is describing this particular Aquarian age. So, ang ganda ng ating magiging future. We're looking forward into this Aquarian age. Kaya kami masaya because we know already that we are now evolving to that age, particular age. From digital age, from industrial age to digital age, information age, from 3D consciousness to 4D consciousness, from Piscean age to Aquarian age, age of Aquarius. So these are the things that we are now looking at. Now, meron pa tayong oras. If you have questions, please let me know. Hi, Analea is watching. All right. Again, our thought patterns. We move towards our thought patterns. Kung ano palagi takbo ng utak mo, dun papunta ang buhay mo. Dun papunta ang mangyayari sa buhay mo. Kaya nga, it's very important when you wake up in the morning, anong ginagawa kaagad natin? Yung iba, kadalasan, ino-open kaagad yung tablet o yung phone, check kaagad yung computer nila at yung either Facebook or internet or Twitter or whatever. Dapat, sa umpisa pa lang, doon mo na ipoprogram kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo sa araw na yon. And that's what I do. I have that quiet time, that particular quiet time wherein I really now let God or let my guides, spirit guides, tell me what or whatever they want to tell me. Hindi yung, kasi tayo, every time we think, ang gulo ng utak natin, dami na iniisip palagi, ang gulo, no? But we have to quiet down. We have to be still. And know that I am God, sabi nga. We have to be still. And find that quiet moment. Now, wherein talagang lahat ng thoughts natin, dumadaan yan, pero dapat we don't dwell on it at that moment when we are having that quiet time. We let go of it at once and then somehow be able to now see or visualize the day that we want to have. What do we want? Kunyari, sabi mo, gusto mo maging masaya ang araw mo, maging maswerte, o gusto mong swerte, yung word na swerte. But basically, we create our own luck. Alright. Why do we... Okay, sige, pag-usapan natin yan. How did I get to be involved in consciousness? Because I thought there was something na mayroon tinatawag na malas at swerte. So, I actually would go to fortune tellers, yung mga manghuhula, like mga tarot card readers. Walang masama. Okay lang. Magpahula. Nung nagpahula ako, eto ngayon, lumabas sa aking hula, sabi ko, bakit ganyan ang hula mo sa akin? Napaka-negative. Wala ba magandang mangyayari sa buhay ko? Para bang puro hindi maganda eh. Alam mo ang sagot ng manghuhula sa akin? Sabi niya, ikaw nag-create eh. Sabi ko, paano ako nag-create eh? Wala pa naman akong ginagawa rito except nag-shuffle lang ako ng cards. Eh, yun na nga, yan ang lumabas sa cards mo. Yan yung na-create mo. Oh, edi pag-shuffle ulit tayo. Pag-shuffle ko ulit, gano'n na naman lumalabas. Pareho na naman. Negative pa rin. So sabi ko, bakit gano'n? Bakit hindi, ang dami-daming cards eh. Bakit yung mga magandang cards hindi lumalabas? Eh sabi, kasi yung kamalayan mo, yun yung lumalabas dyan sa cards mo. Ano kinalaman ng kamalayan ko? Ano ba yung kamalayan? Sabi niya, ano yung nasa isipan mo? Ano yung nasa consciousness mo? Yun yung magmamanifest sa buhay mo. At pati sa cards mo, yun. Sabi mo, ganun ba yun? Eh, anong kailangan kong gawin? Eh, kung gusto mong magbago yung takbo ng buhay, baguhin mo yung consciousness mo. Sabi ko, ganun ba kasimple yun? Pag binago ko yung iniisip ko, baguhin ko yung from negative to positive, magbabago yan? Sabi ko, oo. Sabi ganun, manghuhula. From then on, hindi na ako bumalik sa manghuhula. Because alam ko na kung paano ko gawing maganda yung buhay ko. And from that time on, totoo. It is our consciousness, really, that creates our reality. So, yun. Doon nag-umpisa yan. Kaya, again, you move towards the direction of your thoughts. Kung ang thoughts mo negative, you will just go to that direction of being negative or attracting negative things. So, sino i-blame mo ngayon? Gobyerno, asawa mo, mga kasama mo, mga barkada mo, o kamag-anak mo. You cannot blame anyone because you create your life. You create everything that happens to your life through your consciousness. Yan ang aking palaging nire-remind ng mga tao na eto ngayon, you don't know where to go now, but you can create a very nice future, a very wonderful future in terms of changing your mindset, your consciousness. And this is where I am going to help you. Kaya ako, I'm making myself available on this, at this particular time, at least 3 times a week, I talk to people, whoever is ready. As a matter of fact, itong mga ganitong pagsasalita ko, I cannot actually attract anyone who is not ready to listen to me talk this way. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Kayo, yung mga nandiyan dyan ngayon, mga pangalan na nakikita ko ngayon, sila Rodel Katahay, yan, sila Nick Satur. Kaya kayo nandyan dahil you're ready to hear something like this or to hear me talk like this. Otherwise, you will not find the time to be present in this particular talk that I am now doing. Or kung hindi ka nga ready at natsyempohan mo lang na dumaan ka sa ano ko, nakita mo. Pero many times, you will actually do something else and, get out of this. All right. Every blaming the devil for our misfortunes is wrong. Oh. Yun na nga eh. Actually, ito nga yan eh. I actually don't believe in the devil. Because we cannot blame God. So since we cannot blame God, we have to invent the devil. Para yun ang i-blame. So, actually ako, yun yung kwan ko, why the devil was created. Because definitely, wala naman devil eh. It is just, we are the ones that creates our luck and bad luck. Yeah, that's true, Rodel. Alright, so, eto yun eh. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, if you're one with God, aligned with God, wala ka talagang katatakot. Alam nyo, ito nga, I'm sorry na lang I'm sorry if I will offend some I would say sentiments. Those who believe in the devil, those Christians who actually say that there is a devil or there is this demon or that there are devils. they are the ones I consider the devil worshippers. Sad to say. Yeah, why? Eh, binigyan mo na importansya sila. Wala naman yan eh. Pero binigyan natin ng importansya. So, create natin yung devil sa buhay natin. When in fact, dapat wala yan. Eh, binigyan natin ng importansya. Binigyan mo ng buhay. Because, yun na nga, inisip mo na merong ganun. So, sino nag-isip nun? Sila. Yung mga devil worshippers. Sila yung talagang devil worshippers eh. Kasi, palagi nila sinasabi, the devil did it. Gano'n. So, kami, we don't acknowledge the fact that there are devils. Well, we know that there are some spirits that are misguided, but they are not devils. God is all there is. So, saan mo ipoposition ng devil? If God is all there is. Yan ang paniniwala namin. God is all there is. So, ano sana ang devil doon? Yung mga devil worshippers who created the devil. Ayan. Kasi hindi nila ma-blame yung sarili nila. Hindi nila masabi na ako ang may problema. The devil made me do it. Yan ang nila eh. Na ano ako, na demonyo ako. Ayun. Excuse nila yun. Well, sorry I mean, I don't mean to offend kung yan ang paniniwala nyo. But again, as I've said, I'm just clarifying some things and this is my talk. So, I am free to talk about what I feel talking about. Kung ayaw nyo maniwala, okay lang. I will not take it against you. I mean, I'm not even forcing you to really believe me, you know. Pero I am just telling you things that you might want to try. Kasi sinusubukan na ninyo lahat eh. Sasabihin na ninyo, sige, ginawa na namin lahat eh. Pero bakit ganito pa rin buhay namin? Baka naman hindi pa rin nung nagagawa itong mga pinag-uusapan natin dito. Why don't you give it a try? Yun lang naman ang akin eh. Alright. So, as I've said, we create our own future. Walang bad luck, walang good luck. We always create the kind of life that we want. And ito, isa pang bagay na mangyayari ngayon sa ating buhay ngayon. We are now facing a blank wall. Kasi nga, nag-stop eh. Pero itong ibabanggit ko na message, statement ngayon, you have to think a lot about this. Ano ito? You are only as big or as small as you think you are. You are only as big or as small as you think you are. Kung gusto mong maging big time, kailangan big time ang mga thoughts mo. Pero kung ang feeling mo ay small time ka lang, kahit na nandiyan na yung opportunities, hindi ka pa rin uunlad. Small time ka pa rin. And many of us are like that. Hindi nila matanggap na yung mga nangyayari sa buhay nila na ang gaganda na natatakot sila ngayon na ano to, ayoko yumaman, ayokong masyadong lumaki yung pera ko, dumami yung pera ko dahil maghihingi ang lahat ng mga kabag-anak ko. Ano ba? Gusto mong yumaman o gusto mong iwasan yung mga kabag-anak mo? Madaming ganyan eh. Alam ko, yung karamihan mga biglang nananalo sa loto, they actually move out from their province or from the place where they actually live. Kasi nga, alam nila, maraming pupunta at hihingi. Ano pa naman masama doon? Bigyan mo. Ang problema natin gusto natin kimkimin lang lahat So, magbigay ka. Hindi naman masama magbigay. As a matter of fact, pag nagbibigay ka nga, mas marami pang darating. That's why, nakikita natin sa TV, yung mga pinapakitang, yung mga talagang bigay ng bigay. The more they actually get in return. Huwag kayo matakot. Pag nagbibigay kayo, may ano yan, may balik sa inyo yan. Hindi naman porque expect nyo ngayon na, nagbigay ako, kailangan may balik yan. And ito yung sakit ng mga karamihan na mga nagtatiting. And they tithe, people tithe, expecting may balik. Para bang, inano mo si God. Para bang, God, nagbigay ako ng ikapo. Walang kuhan. Ano saan ang balik? Gusto ko mas marami kasi sa binigay ko. God promised us naman. But to give, if you actually give in terms of 10%, it's a law. It's a one. It's a principle that when you give, it goes back. Yun You don't have to say to God na, God, saan na yung kuha ko? You just have to give. It's a principle. Kahit na sabi mo nga, you give it for the wrong reason, it still will come back to you. Whatever. So, might as well, give. Because basically, it just comes back. Yun ang principle. Ito nga, anong gusto mong bumalik sa'yo? Yung kuriputan mo. Yung pagka-stingy mo. Ayaw mo magbigay. So, walang babalik sa'yo. Pero pag ikaw ay generous, look at the people who are generous. They really get back a lot of things. More than the things that they actually thought about that they could actually receive. Anong masama doon? Kasi it's a law, it's a principle that everything really comes back to you. Even if you just give tips to waiters or to people, yung mga nagde-deliver ng mga food nyo. Ngayon, when you give tips, basically, that's being generous. No? Hindi yan ko. And so, may balik yan. Definitely. Kaya lang, huwag na ninyo expect palagi na, nagbigay ako, kailangan balik. God is so, abundant, prosperous, rich, wealthy, whatever. Everything is His. Tapos gusto mong tingi lang ang ibalik sa'yo. We are living already in the kingdom of God. As a child of God, we are living in the kingdom of God. Nasa kaharian ka ng Diyos, nakatira. Ano ang kaharian ng Diyos? Di ba puro karangyaan? Magagandang damit, masasarap na pagkain, lahat maganda. Tapos ikaw, ang buhay mo kakapiranggot. Dahil ang iniisip mo ay kapiranggot. Ako, I talk like this. I spend time to give out these new ideas to people. I don't expect anything in return. I don't ask money from you. Yung iba, naninigil seminar, okay lang yon, sa trabaho rin yan. Kaya lang, ako, I don't need it. I need in terms of but God already provides it to me. Like, I live in this wonderful house na ang sarap-sarap ng buhay ko dito. Ang sarap ng pagkain ko palagi. Sobra palagi ang pagkain namin dito. As my friends pag kumakain nga sila dito, sabi, bakit? 3 lang kayo dito sa bahay na, ang dami-daming pagkain dito. Hindi ko alam Andyan. So, dumarating. So, in terms of ang tanong ko, bakit kung kayo umaangal? Dahil hindi kulang ang binibigay sa'yo. Maasa kayo sa ayuda, maasa kayo sa... Of course, andyan yan. Dahil nga, mayroong mga nangyari. Pero kung gusto mo talaga tumakbo ang buhay mo na maayos, maganda, huwag mong isipin yung help o yung darating sa'yo. Isipin mo yung mabibigay mo. That's a principle. That's why nga, even your thoughts, when you wish good will to people, those things will come back to you. Yan, nagbalik sa yan. Also, people will come to you. Like how else can I explain in the past? No, I have been experiencing this. I would get free round trip tickets to America. Free, Ilang beses yun. Hindi yan isang beses lang. I think I've been there 4 times already. 4 times ang libre ng ticket ko. How did I get them? Hindi ko hiningi. It was given to me. As a matter of fact, tumatanggi pa nga ako noong una. Dahil sabi ko, I don't have the time to travel. Hindi. Binilang ka na namin ng ticket. Nandiyan nasa ang tawag dito, nasa PAL office na yung ticket mo. Kunin mo na lang doon. And so, sabi ko, how is this happening? Why is this happening? So, doon ko na-realize, kung inaayos mo pala yung kamalayan mo, all the things that you want will just come to you. So, what is it that we have to do now? We are now facing a new world. We can create a new world na maganda. This is the time now to create what we want. Huwag tayo matakot. This is now, that's why ito sa kamalayan, dito ko tinuturo talaga yung dapat nating matutunan na ito nagsisimula lahat sa kalooban natin, sa kamalayan natin. Hindi ito nagsisimula sa labas. Wala kang makukuha sa labas at this point in time. Zero. Nothing. Don't expect anything from outside. Everything is inside you. What are you now doing with yourself? Ano yung kailangan mong matutunan muna? Learn first about who you are. What will make you happy? Marami sa ating pagkatao, hindi natin kilala sarili natin. Hindi natin nakilala kung ano yung magpapasaya sa atin. Ginawa lang natin yung mga bagay-bagay na ginagawa natin dahil ito yung gusto ng ibang tao para sa atin. We never really asked ourselves, what do we want to do with our life? Hi, Perla Arenas Avenido. Avenido. Maidel Asigawa Faustina. Kamusta na? Alright, so, naku, wala na tayong oras. Ito na yung sasabi ko sa inyo. Sayang. At marami pa tayong pag-uusapan sa susunod, sa Tuesday. We will continue this. But anyway, so, itong para lang matapos ko lang itong universal principle number 2, yung attitude natin. No? I had discussed this in my other videos. There are 10 attitude problems that we have to change or to address. No? And then, again, there is something that we really have to learn. And this is exactly the principle that says that we predict our own future by what we think, feel, see, imagine, say, and do. Kung ano yung nandiyan dyan, iniisip mo, sinasabi mo, yan ang mangyayari sa buhay mo. Yung mga nararamdaman mo. Kung ano man yun, kung negative yung nararamdaman mo, negative ang mangyayari sa'yo. Huwag mong isipin na malas ka. Huwag mo isipin na may demonyo na gumagawa sa buhay mo ng mga hindi maganda. Isipin mo lang talaga, ikaw ang nag-create lahat ng nangyayari sa buhay mo. And things will change. Because there are universal laws. Ito nga, this law of magnetism, which states that whatever you put out is energized. And because it's energy, well, the universe gives back that same energy to you. So, ano ba yung in-energize mo, negative man or positive, that same kind of energy is going to be given back to you. Yan ang universal laws and principle na kailangan natin maintindihan sa buhay natin. And so with that, I'd like to say maraming salamat sa inyong panunood o sa inyong pag-attend sa klase natin ngayon. At sana ay masamahan niyo uli ako sa susunod kong conduct ng class, Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System through our Kamalayan Online Lifelong Learning Center. So with that, I'd like to say again, thank you and magandang kamalayan sa inyong lahat. Thank you.